Hello and welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. I'm Teresa and I am going to be doing a collective reading for the August 9th full moon and for the 8/8 portal that is still open through August 12th. I wanted to show you the spreads here. I've got 4 different spreads and you're meant to pick one, and I will hopefully be able to timestamp this video so that we can progress just to the reading that you're interested in, the one that's speaking to you. This is the first one. This is number 1. It'll be with the Light Seers Tarot deck and Queen of the Moon Oracle, a few other Oracle decks. This one is with a stained glass tarot, kind of a Rider-Waite tarot, and the Queen of the Sun Oracle, and a few other oracles as well. This one is with the, what is it called? The Wanderer's Tarot or something like that. And then the Divina Serenity Oracle. This is the number 3 spread. And then the 4th one is with every little thing you do is magic tarot. And it has a Enchanted Forest Oracle. This is spread number 4. So make your selection and I will start the reading for the next one. For number 1 reading next. I'm going to pause here while I get the camera set up to do that. All right, so let's get started on our first reading. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to just show you the spread that we've got laid out here. I selected the cards last night and have let them just sit here on my desk. And I will go through and see what we've got going on. This is for card spread number 1. And it's meant to bring you some peace at this time of there's a lot of astrological energy in the air. With the 8/8 portal, it's a perfect time for manifesting your desires. And the full moon today is a perfect time for releasing that which no longer serves you. So those are things to be thinking about as we're going through the cards and seeing what they have to say for us. I have not, I haven't seen what these cards are at this time. All I know is the questions that I drew. I have this little card deck called Tarot's Little Sidekick, and it's got some questions, and I found 4 questions that I wanted the cards to answer for us. So let's see what they have to say. The question for spread number 1 is, how best can I celebrate myself today? So that's a peaceful, positive message and question. So let's see what we have to say. At the center of the reading, we have you. This is the 2 of Pentacles. And it's meant to represent you and where you're at right now. And the 2 of Pentacles card is one of trying to juggle a lot of demands. You're wearing a lot of hats in your life. You are trying to find balance, and this is a card that urges you to do so. The Pentacles are the suit in the tarot of resources, physical things in the physical realm. So it can represent money, or finances. It can represent your own body. It can represent relationships, work, anything that is in that earthly realm. and you're trying to juggle it all, and you're trying to create that sense of balance and equilibrium in your life. The challenge isn't really much of a challenge. It's the Star card. The Star card is your wishes come true. I guess it could be a challenge when we are blessed with a lot of abundance in our life. Maybe an abundance of great relationships, abundance of opportunities, maybe a full schedule. There's a lot of things coming in to your life, and trying to achieve that balance and that equilibrium when you've got, everything happening for you. Sometimes that can throw you off kilter a little bit, but it's a good problem to have. So, sweet. That's nice. Okay, what's behind you? What you're leaving behind you is another great card. It's the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. This is what you're bringing to your life right now, and what you have, moved from, what you're moving into your current present day from. And the King of Pentacles, he's the king of all of the suits, basically. He's the master of the earthly realm. He has lived life and built up wealth and family and peace and intelligence. He's in charge of his emotions, he's the master of his domain, basically. He's, sitting there in his library. He's ready to share his knowledge and his kindness and his time and other resources with anyone who wants to come and hang out with him. So yeah, he's achieved success, and he is in a moment of peace in his life. I hope that's true of you as well. What you're going into, the energy you're moving into, is judgment. Judgment. A judgment is a reckoning. It's where you are making value judgments on things in your life, and it can be this energy of making judgments and balancing things. The Judgment card is also the card of karma, the card of there go my dogs. Hold on. Okay, sorry about the interruption. The Judgment card is also a card of, just as I was saying, making those value judgments and making those decisions on balance. It's a card of self-realization, self-actualization, and finding your higher purpose. So that's a great thing to be moving into with the full moon, and a time to release what is no longer serving you. Let me see if my microphone is working. Hopefully it was working before. Anyway, we'll move on to the next card. The next card is what is basically the goal, your aim, your destiny, and that is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card. The queens have a tendency to look backwards. They look toward the past. They make they make they find themselves thinking a lot about what they've just been through. All of them except the Queen of Wands. But the Queen of Cups, she's thinking a lot about the emotional things that she's learned. She's thinking about her intuition, her spirituality, and how that fits into her life and the bigger picture. And then what you don't see coming is, the King of Cups. So that is, to have those paired together just like that, that's awesome. So the King of Cups he looks forward. So he's going to take all of that energy that the Queen has put forth in thinking about the past and how her intuition and her spirituality and her emotions fit into everything that she's learned, and what her goals are, and what her purpose is. And the king is going to carry that forward and look outward. He looks outward at what is around him and how he can use this energy to help others. Your energy is the King of Swords. Another king, also looking outward. He's looking at how he can impact his world around him. But the King of Swords is a master of logic and intelligence and reason. And he can be cutting and cunning, and he also makes decisions quickly. And so he brings a different energy to all of this. The energy of, wow, holy moly, I've never seen this. The energy around you is the Queen of Swords. I've never seen the two couples like that back to back. Queen of Swords is the energy around you, and this is the people looking around them, looking at how does logic and reason fit into everything that's going on. I mean, this is it. It impacts the energy of all of the energy that we find ourselves surrounded in right now. You see, there's a lot of people that are reflecting on the logic and the reason and the intelligence, or the lack thereof, that we're seeing around us. Your hopes and fears is represented by the Ace of Pentacles. So the hope is to start a new journey, a new venture, a new project. And this is generally in the earthly realm. So this can be a new creative project. It can be a new financial project, something new that you are learning, a new job, or you're looking for a new job, or it can be learning something new, but generally in the tangible, physical realm. But it is an auspicious card of beginnings, and it foretells abundance that will be coming as a result. I'm going to keep going through the dogs barking. Hopefully they're not too loud on your end. I have quail in the backyard, and they're super excited about those quail, and they want to go get them, and I'm not letting them. Okay, so the final outcome of this is, you can't ask for a better card. It's the Six of Wands. This is the card of victory and success, and renown. Basically, you'll be recognized for the things that you have achieved. So awesome reading for you, number one group. Couldn't pick better cards if I had hand selected them. Okay, so I'm going to do some Queen of the Moon oracles. And we'll start in the upper left and go around in a circle. In the upper left, we have the first quarter moon assessing. So you're looking out at things and making those assessments. Like this goes really well with the judgment card. You're making those assessments and determinations on, what's ahead of you. What do you want to achieve? What's important to bring with you into this new phase of your life, and what's important to leave behind. The next one is peace. The goal is peace. We want to have peace in our hearts. My message from my pendulum message of the day was have only peaceful messages for others. And so that fits in with this really well. The next card is surrender. Surrender. Sometimes we just need to give in and let go. And surrendering is that letting go process. It's not giving up. It's acknowledging what is and flowing with it. The final Queen of the Moon oracle is the will, the exercising of your will, using your inner strength and achieving the things that you desire. And that is the King of Pentacles right there. And the King of Swords. Just exercising your will. So, let me see. We're going to end with a little doorway card. My video stopped, so had to start over, start a new video again. I should have started with the little doorway card. And this little doorway for your reading, the doorway you're walking through is the art of life. There's no sacred hot light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Okay, let me try reading that again. It's supposed to be like rhymey. Okay. The art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. So, there you go. All right, and then our final oracles that we're going to end on. If you are wondering, I pulled a cosmic timing card for each of our reading groups. So if there's something that you are wondering when it's going to happen, something you're working on, not the question that's on all of our minds. That is not the question I'm answering here, or this card is answering. At least I don't think so. But something that you're working on. When is it going to happen? The question is answered with the next full moon. Today is a full moon, but I'm thinking that it means the next full moon. And then the final card we're going to end on is an angel card, angel number. And so if you see this number around you, this is a sort of a confirmation, or it should, you can use it to, as a reminder of this reading, the messages within this reading, or just a little hello from Spirit, telling you that you're on the right path. And it is 1166. And the message on this card is, pray sincerely. Change, harvest, wealth, and beauty. Keep connecting your thoughts with the heavens and release any worries about the material level. The meaning of attention is to pray for assistance now to repair what displeases you or interferes with you in the material world. So there you go. Okay, group number 2, I've got your cards laid out. This is how they are spread out here for you. I have not looked at these cards yet, other than the question card. I pulled these cards last night and let them sit with crystals overnight, and now we'll be doing the reading. And we'll start with the question. This is from Tarot's Little Sidekick. It's a little tiny oracle deck that my daughter gave me. How are my thoughts affecting my reality? Is the question that the cards are meant to ask. How are my thoughts affecting my reality? From the doorway you're going to be going through is this little doorway. This doorway, the message on it says passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Okay. So at the center of our reading is a card that represents you. And that card is the Devil. So the Devil card, people see it and they think the boogeyman, and they, get freaked out by it. Don't be freaked out by it. The Devil card can be about addiction, obsession, but it can also be about internal drive and deep motivation. So it isn't necessarily a bad message. But it is, it's like all things, and like all cards, really, you need to be wary of both the positive and the negative connotations of them. The Devil has a negative connotation with us as, a first world, people who have been steeped in Christianity. But the positive connotations of this card can be like you're a machine. You have a plan, and you are singularly committed to it. You are motivated, deeply motivated. It can also mean, though, and usually most often does mean, some kind of addiction, obsession, or obsessive energy is surrounding you. So something to be aware of. The card that represents your challenge is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands this can also be a positive card too. It does generally have a tendency to have sort of a negative connotation because it represents conflict, but it can also represent creative fire and passion and innovation, collaborating with people. Sometimes, if you're in a group of people and you all have a common goal, but you have different ideas on how to achieve it, that can be that Five of Wands energy. So it can be, feel like conflict, but it can also be very productive and can be very, can bring about new ideas or new solutions that you wouldn't have thought of by yourself. The energy that you're coming from, so your recent past, is the Tower. The Tower is, the Tower card is about change, and it's about disruption, and usually painful change. So you could be coming from a time in your life where there's been a loss, or your foundation has felt like it has crumbled. The positive idea behind the tower, though, is that sometimes things have to be destroyed in order to be rebuilt. And so that's the thing to hold on to when you're thinking about the tower. The energy that you're moving into, the Ace of Wands, see? New beginnings. This had to happen in order for this to come about. The Ace of Wands is a new creative venture. This can be an adventure. It can be a new project that you're working on, a new job, a new relationship, something that lights you up, something that gives you passion and excitement. You are so excited about it, and it will be. It's an auspicious and a card of great news and great new beginnings. The goal or the destiny in the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. This is one of my favorite cards. The Queen, queens have a tendency to look toward the past and reflect on all that they've achieved. The Queen of Pentacles, she is, I mean, look at her. She's sitting there in these, luxurious robes. She's surrounded by beauty and wealth. She has achieved a great deal in her life, and she's reflecting on how all of that came about. She's very much at peace. She's generous. She wants to share with others. She is the queen of the earthly realm. So that's, what a great goal. What you don't see coming is strength. So it's easy when you're coming from this energy, from this cataclysm of life, to not see that strength is right there coming toward you. This is, but it's coming. You might not see it coming, but it's coming. You'll be imbued with, this is the Leo card. So for the portal, the 8/8 portal, this is a great card to be walking into and to know that you have coming toward you. The thing about the Strength card is this woman, she has this lion here. She's petting this lion. She's, got a great relationship with him. The lion represents her own internal dialogue, her own internal thoughts. She's got to tame her own internal thoughts and be strong every single day. She's got to keep doing this. And so it's not an event that just happens. It's something that you have to master. And so anyway, this is coming toward you. That's a result of everything that you've been through in the past. The card representing your energy now is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, typically it's defined as deceit, deception, secrets. But one of the things about the Seven of Swords is that it depicts this guy stealing these swords, but where he's stealing them from is from the camp of his enemies. So he's having to do something and achieve the right goal in a different way than you would normally expect. Yeah, maybe he's doing something tricky, but he's doing it for his own betterment. And It can also mean something that you need to be looking out for. But this card is supposed to represent your energy. So your energy might be one where you have been fooling yourself. You could be coming from this tower energy, and you're letting it deceive you into thinking that you're not going to get through this. It could be you deceiving yourself about this addiction or obsession that you've been dealing with, that it's not really a problem when it is. So only you will know how to interpret that, but that is something to be considering. The energy around you, surrounding you, is the world. The world card represents endings, completion of the cycle, and new beginnings. So every ending that you go through represents a new beginning. So that old lyric, I always think of this lyric when I think of endings as every new beginning came from some other beginning's end. It's all cyclical. It all goes around and around. And what is, this too shall pass. Well, something is passing, something is ending, but it also represents a new beginning. And the new beginning can't come in to play until this ending is achieved. The hopes and fears. Well, the King of Pentacles, you can't hope for anything better. The King of Pentacles is the mastery. He's the master of everything. He's got everything with him. He represents the mastery of all of the elements, not just the pentacles, which represents money and earthly resources and abundance and all of that, but he's also been through all of the other things. He has the keys to the wands and the keys or fire energy. He's got the keys to logic and the swords, the logic and rational thought and intelligence. He's got the keys to his emotions. He's got it all. He's got a sword in his hand. He's got fire around him. He's got water surrounding him. My dog is barking and joining in the conversation. Anyway, you can't hope for anything better. And then, finally, the outcome is the Magician. So we've gone through this ending. You've gone through beginnings and endings through this whole reading. We've got this ending and completion, and the Magician is the ultimate alchemist. He's got all of the tools he needs. He knows how to use all of them, and he has creative fire. He is all about creation, the creating of new things. And so that is a great outcome to have. So now we're going to do some Queen of the Sun oracles. And, these are just different things to be thinking of as you're going through the coming days. Desire. This can be this energy. It can be this energy. Oh, I just noticed that we had the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles looks back at everything that she's achieved. The King, where did he go? I thought we had the King of Pentacles. Oh yeah, right here. The King of Pentacles, he's looking forward and how to share that with the world around him as well. So anyway, Desire can represent, are you desiring things for yourself or to share with others? It can be this creative passion, this new idea that you have. It can be the desire to create. So, desire. It's a kind of a key word for you right now. The next one is life itself. The abundance of life. And how the sun is the key to all life here on earth. And how it illuminates everything within your life. Next energy is hope. It's represented by Yule, the Yuletide time of the solar year. But it always portends the new hope, which you have in abundance here in your reading. And then the final card, the solar cycle, is purpose. And that purpose is embodied within the magician, having that purpose of what is it you're... My video kept stopping. Okay, so we're going to conclude on an oracle where if you have something that you're asking the universe about, when is it going to happen, and it's something about you that you're involved in, not the question that we're all asking, when is that going to happen? That's not the question. The question is, what something that you're trying to manifest or create, or something that you're hoping for, that you've been wondering, when is this going to happen? The cosmic timing oracle that came up for you was in August. So sometime soon. Have hope. Take action. And then the final message for you in group 2 is an angel number. And the angel number for you, this number, when you see it coming up in your life, maybe the end of a phone number or an address, or the price on a receipt, or anything like that. It's a confirmation number, that a confirmation from spirit that you're on the right path, or something that will remind you of the messages within this reading. And that number is 111. And the message of 111 is stick to your beliefs. Rise, wealth, wisdom, power. Look carefully at your thoughts and ensure you only think about what you want. This sequence is a sign that the door of opportunity has opened and your thoughts will be realized at record speed. The numbers are like the bright light of a light bulb. If you have difficulty controlling or monitoring your thoughts, you can ask your angels to assist you. So, 111. So there you have it. That is the message for number 2. Okay, group number 3. Let's start your reading by showing you the cards that we have laid out for your message. I have not looked at these cards except for the question card, and I put the cards out last night and let them sit with crystals and bake, basically, and we'll go through and read these cards together. So we'll start with the question card, and the question is, how best can I empower myself? Which is a great time. This is a great time for you to be asking this question, with the 8/8 portal being open through it's been really open since the end of July. It'll be open through August 12th. This is a great time for manifesting. And so be thinking about what you most want to build and create in your life. And it's also a great question to be asking right now, because today is the day of the full moon, and the day of the full moon every month is a great time to be releasing that which no longer serves you. What is it you need to let go of, and how will that empower you by doing that? The doorway you're going to be walking through looks like this. This is your doorway, and the message on your door card is Three of Cups, which is one of the tarot cards. It's a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun, 3 cups and happiness, 3 cheers are done. So it's a message of happiness and friendship and celebration. It says celebration is near. It's hard to see it with the light. Celebration is near. Okay, so starting off your reading, at the center of the reading is the card that represents you, and that is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is a time of pause and reflection. It's a time of being suspended, a suspension in time. Maybe you feel like the universe has been telling you to wait on something. Maybe you just need a timeout. Sometimes you feel like it's what happened to you. It's a pause, a time to be suspended that has happened to you. It's not necessarily one that you chose. Like the Hermit card is a time of self-imposed reflection, but the Hanged Man is where you got caught up in this rope and it yanked you up into the air. And one of the benefits of the Hanged Man period of time is that it forces you to look at things from a new perspective. As you're hanging there waiting for help, for somebody to come and cut you down, or for you to figure out how to get down yourself, you see things in a different light. You see things in a whole new way that you might not have noticed before. So that's one of the good things about the Hanged Man period. It's a time of waiting, rebirth. It can be a time of sacrifice too. The challenge that faces you at this time is, cover up the nudity here a little bit, is the World card. The World card this is a time of completion. It's a time of endings. It's a successful completion. It's a happy card generally. But things have come to an end. It is a reward card, a card of well done. You did it. But it also can be a challenge in that it's all endings bring about new beginnings. So that can be your challenge. I hope you can't hear my dogs. They're just driving me batty. I have quail in the backyard, and they're in the fenced-in garden, and it's making the dogs crazy. Okay, so you're coming from a period of time. This is your recent past. It's the Two of Swords card. The Two of Swords is a time of choice. It's a time of, sometimes it can be like a stalemate. You're kind of at a crossroads, and you have to make decisions. The woman is blindfolded, but she can remove that blindfold whenever she wants. But she's trying to make this decision. She's got these two different paths to go, and she's got to make a decision. And you may be coming from a period of time in your life where you've felt like you had to make choices, and sometimes they're not easy choices. You have to make a decision between two good options or two bad options. What you're moving into, what you're going toward, is a Six of Pentacles. This Six of Pentacles is a fantastic card. This is a card of wealth and generosity. It's giving and receiving. It's not just where you are being generous with others, but it's also accepting help from others with grace, which you may need to do, being the Hanged Man, and having to make hard choices. You may need to be accepting some help from other people around you in order to bring about this successful completion that the World card represents. So, but if you have abundance, or resources, or time, energy that in abundance, then when you can share it with others, then it's a time of being able to share. But it is also a time of accepting with grace, where the ultimate goal of where you want to be going is the Judgment card. The Judgment card comes right before the World in the major arcana. It is a card of acceptance and awakenings. It's a card of assessment, where you're looking at things and making value judgments, looking at your past and what you've been through and the choices that you've made, and making determinations on, did I do the right thing? It is a card of, it's generally an auspicious card heralding that successful completion from the World. And so, but it is a card of awakening, and you're coming toward the end of something, and you're looking back at it and making determinations on, what went well, what could I have done better, what will I do next time. But it is a card of self-actualization, self-realization, self-assessment. What you don't see coming is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords generally is good news. It's a card of good news coming in, and it's coming in quickly. It's intelligence, it's curiosity, it's ambition. The Page of Swords is a messenger bringing in a message that has something to do with the suit that represents air. So our thoughts and our intellect and reasoning and logic. But it is a fast-moving realm. Something is coming in quickly. Some good news coming in quickly. The card that represents your energy is Temperance. So the Temperance card is the card of healing. It's a card of balance, and it's a card of alchemy. So she's pouring from one cup to another, trying to get the balance right. So it's a card of balance, moderation. I mean, it's the word says it all. It is a card of temperance. So you're balancing different aspects of yourself or different aspects of your situation. You're trying to get that balance right. You're trying to make sure that you're not overdoing anything or underdoing anything. The energy surrounding you is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a fast-moving knight. It represents creative fire and ambition and excitement. And the knight, he wants to be the master of what he's got going on. And he's he's delivering a message, and he's coming in fast. It's a message about intuition, about creative flow. Yeah. So that's the energy surrounding you. So you may have a lot of people around you, or this just this energy around you of creativity, and people learning new things, or delivering a lot of messages about things that you're excited to learn more about. Your hopes and fears is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a card of conflict, but it can also be people usually see this card and they think about it as a card of conflict, but I like to think about it as a card of collaboration. So when you get a group of people and they all have the same goal, and they're all trying to achieve the same thing, but they have different ideas on how to do that, sometimes they butt heads. But ultimately, when you have that kind of diversity of thought in a group, that brings about innovation, something new that you never would have thought of on your own. On the card itself, it says competition, debate, or defense. So you might feel defensive about your own ideas, but open up to the idea that somebody else might have a better idea or a new way of looking at it. That's your hopes and fears. So, you can fear conflict, but you can hope for collaboration. And then the final outcome for you in your situation is the Page of Wands. So we've got another page. And the Page of Wands is also a messenger, an apprentice, somebody who is learning something new, but they're very excited about what they're learning. And this is about good news, communication, and creativity and creative fire, that passionate energy, and excitement about something new. So, that's a great outcome to be coming from, this Hanged Man energy, feeling like you're kind of stuck, and then to be looking forward to being on fire with excitement for something new. So then I have some oracle cards to kind of round out the tarot cards. And yours are the Divina Serenity Oracle, one of my favorite oracles. And the first card is relationships. So relationships are going to be key for you at this period of time in your life. And, go back to the Hanged Man and this Six of Pentacles. None of us really get anywhere on our own. We need to have somebody with us. We need to have partners. We need to have ideas coming to us from other people. We need to have people to work with and support from others. And so relationships are going to be key. Then your next oracle card is Sacred Space. You need that sacred space to retreat to alchemize all of the things that you're trying to balance out. And having that still silence, that moment of silence, and that moment of peace in your own little retreat, it can make all the difference in the world. The next one is trust. Trust in spirit. Trust in the people around you. Trust in yourself, most importantly. Trust that you have everything that you need in order to achieve what you want to achieve. And finally, the card of transformation. that transformation, going from the Hanged Man to the world to, back through things and being on fire with a new project. Transformation. And it's something that is repeated throughout our lives. This too shall pass. We will start a journey, and then we will end that journey and start a new one, and start anew, and become someone new. So we'll end up your reading here on a Cosmic Timing Oracle card. So if you've been wondering, when is this going to happen about something that you're involved in, not, as I've said in the other readings, it's not the question that's on all of our minds. When is it going to finally happen? Not that. When is something you're involved in going to be achieved, or something that you're hoping for? When is that going to happen for you? And the answer is in December. So something for you to be looking forward to. Something good is coming to you in December. And your final card for this reading is an angel card. This is a confirmation number. As you see this, if you see this number around you, it will confirm the messages of this reading or give you the confirmation from Spirit that you're on the right path. And your number is 4400, 4400. And the message is, the benevolent is invincible. Go forward, be kind, protect, and continue to be prosperous. God and the angels want you to know that you are completely loved. They ask you to spend more time feeling this love because it will answer many of your questions and solve any of your challenges. So feel the love that God and Spirit and the universe have for you, your angels, your departed loved ones, the people around you. You are loved. And I hope this message resonates with you, and that is it for yours. Okay, group number 4. You've got your reading laid out here for you. I have not reviewed any of these cards. I laid out these cards last night, or stacked them up. And except for the only ones that I looked at were the question. I pulled a Tarot's Little Sidekick question for each group, and the cards are meant to sort of answer that question for you. Just something to start the reading with. What can I do to promote more balance and harmony in my life? Is a question that is supposedly going to be answered by your cards. What can I do to promote more balance and harmony in my life? And the door that you're walking through, oh, you can't hardly see it. It washes out on here. So if I pull it back here, you can see it's white rooms with doorway, 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 doorway. So it's like a big hallway of doorways, arched doorways. It's hard to see with the light. Anyway, the message on the back of this doorway is a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. So that is the message of your doorway. The first card in your reading represents you, and that card is Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords card is a card of heartbreak and grief. So maybe you're feeling the ending of something. Maybe you're grieving something or someone. Maybe there's been some real hurt in a relationship, or you've lost somebody or something. Or you're just, it can be the focus of your logic, which is represented by the swords, over your heart and your feelings. So sometimes it isn't grief, but you're just way too much in your head and you are not feeling enough of what's happening in your heart. So that can be, those are a couple of different messages on that. The challenge that you're facing as you're going through this period of time is the Elder of Wands. Maybe it's a challenge to become like him, or maybe it's a challenge to that you're facing from an Elder of Wands type. The Elder of Wands in this deck is equal to the Rider-Waite King of Wands. So the King of Wands is he's a visionary leader. He's passionate, creative. He can be kind of a hothead, but he's usually in control of what he's trying to achieve, and he's able to delegate to the people around him because they're more than willing to do what he wants them to do because they trust in his visionary capabilities. So when the King of Wands energy is exercised rightfully, then it is a great thing to have. So that kind of, if you're going through a period of grief, having that visionary, fiery excitement about, achieving something can feel like a challenge. Because you've got these two different pieces of your life that are kind of at odds with each other. On one hand, you're wanting to just tuck yourself away and grieve and be sorrowful. And on the other hand, it's time to go for it and achieve something great. Or you have somebody like this in your life that is wanting you to move past this. So that's... the King of Wands is not always a challenge card, but in this particular reading, it represents your challenge. The energy that you're coming from is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is it's a time of celebration and success, and achievement and recognition. So this is something that you've had in your recent past. In your recent past, you were, like marching through the parade of town and being recognized by everybody for your awesomeness. And so that period of the grieving time can really feel stark compared to having a past like that. And the energy that you're moving toward is Ace of Wands. So, that King of Wands energy, that challenge is moving you and pushing you to get back into a new project, a new fire, a new reason for being. And so that Ace of Wands, it's a great place to be. It's a great place to be, to find yourself in the future, something to look forward to, because it is that, that creative excitement, that passionate drive to achieve something. That thing that lights you up and makes you excited to get up in the morning. The goal or the destiny of this situation is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is about having to make a choice. And it can, in the Rider-Waite card, it shows a woman with a blindfold on, and she's holding the two swords, and she's got to make a choice. And sometimes it can feel like a stalemate. You're having to choose between two good things or two bad things, and it doesn't feel like an easy choice at all. But that's kind of what you're after right now. And it can be, this back to, where you're at and who you want to become, is you've got to make a choice on which energy you're going to embody. What you don't see coming is everything you ever wanted. The Nine of Cups card is a card of abundance. It's a card of happiness. It's a card of bliss. All of your cups are full. Everything is good. It's the time of, it's one of my favorite cards. I mean, it's just the best time in life is when you feel like every cup is full. You're overflowing with all of the love and abundance and peace that you desire. So you don't see this coming, but it's coming. Hang on. The energy surrounding you, your energy, is that of the Emperor. The Emperor is, he's in charge, man. He knows what he's doing. He is the ruler. He can be unwavering. Think about fighting with a bighorn sheep, He can be bullheaded and strong. He's resolute. He knows what he's in charge. There's nobody above him. So that's your energy right now. The energy surrounding you in your environment is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, this kind of energy is great energy to have around. And this is one of an apprentice. It's the card of hard work and dedication and getting things done. It's perfectly depicted by these beavers building a dam. They have tedious work to do, and they're putting their heads down and they're doing it. And they are doing it with a goal in mind. It's not just tedium and work for work's sake. They have a definite vision of what they're trying to create. So it's hard work for a purpose. And then your hopes and fears is depicted by the Five of Cups. So it's easy to have this fear when you're coming from a period of grief and moving in. You're coming from grief and you're trying to move into this creative fire and passion. It's really easy to fear getting sucked back into sadness again. The Five of Cups is a card of regret, sorrow. It can be a card of looking back and you're regretting the spilled cups. So there's cups here that are spilled, but there are also cups that are still full. And there's abundance around. So you just need to look in the right direction. That's the energy of the Five of Cups, is you need to be grateful for what you've got and not be regretting and looking back at what has spilled. But it's easy to have that as a fear when you are trying to move out of a period of grief. The ultimate outcome that you have ahead of you is, well, my favorite card of all, the High Priestess. The High Priestess, she is the ultimate in manifestation. She is the queen witch of the tarot. She is full of intuition. She's guided by the lunar energy around her. She knows her emotions. She knows the emotions of others. She's able to read the situation. She loves to retreat and meditate and be in touch with the greater spirit in the universe. The High Priestess shown in the Rider-Waite deck, she is in a church-like sanctuary, but you can see in the Rider-Waite deck, there's no roof above her head, so that she's got a direct line to the lunar energy and to the spiritual energy coming in through the ceiling. So that your ultimate outcome is you will be in charge of your emotions. You'll be in tune with your emotions. You will be guided by your intuition. You will feel connected to the spirit and all the people around you. Awesome. Now I've got some oracle cards to go along with your tarot cards, and we'll start in the upper left and go around in a circle here. These are from the, what is it called? The Sacred Forest Oracle. And the first one is Bear Spirit, healing. The message of this is healing. And that's a great one for you coming from this period of grief, or, over reliance on your head, the head thought instead of the heart thought, or the grief period. This is a time of healing is upon you. Then next, you will be encountering a period of gratitude. Bluebell Fairy. Gratitude, just feeling grateful for what you have and the abundance that is around you and it's about to come to you. The next one is generosity. Taking that gratitude and sharing it with those around you. That is very much the energy of the King of Wands and the Emperor. They are both very much in charge, but they're also very generous with their abundance as well. And then finally, the Butterfly Spirit. Oh, that's funny. The third group had a transformation card in for their last oracle too, from a different oracle deck. So Butterfly Spirit, transformation. As you go through these different phases of life, and they can happen in quite quick succession. We do become something, and we give birth to a new part of ourselves. We nurture it, it dies, and then a new part of ourselves is born again. And so that's just part of that whole cycle, as this too shall pass, whether it's good or bad, this too shall pass. And something new will be coming in its place. So we're going to end your reading with a cosmic timing card. And I've said this in the end of all of the other readings as well. This is intended to give you an answer to kind of hope for, to the question that you may be asking of, when is this going to happen? And this is something that is about you, something that you're creating or something that you're waiting for in your personal life, and not the when is it going to happen question that we're all asking. Not that one. It's not that one. The answer to the question of when is this going to happen, or when am I going to achieve this thing, for you is the next new moon. So the next new moon is only a few weeks away, or a couple of weeks away. So something to hope for and shoot for. And then your final card for this reading is an angel card number, an angel number card, and it will, this number will be sort of a confirmation of the things that you've heard in this reading, or confirmation that you're on the right path, or confirmation of, the messages, bring those messages back to you. You may see this number in like phone numbers or addresses, or prices on receipts, or whatever. You may see it anywhere. And your number is 3300. And the message on 3300 is God-given responsibility. confusion, clarity, and spiritual awakening. God and the angels are trying to get your attention. It is very likely something related to your divine purpose. Is there some guidance that you've been ignoring lately? If so, you may feel stuck right now. This means listening to and following your divine guidance and taking relevant actions. So there you have it. This is your reading. I hope it resonated, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.